Well, Juan Lena, it's just like live television. We did have some huge flames up here in that one spot, but they basically did that run up the hillside there. And you can see this fire still burning out here in the Corona area. They're calling this a Skyline fire. It's being battled by, it's going to be battled by Riverside County Fire and, of course, CAL FIRE out here as well because it is in the Cleveland National Forest. Good news right now, they've got a couple of things further going for them. It is burning away from all the structures. There are no structures in this area being threatened, though it did start near a bunch of homes down off of Skyline Drive. And also the winds are very light this afternoon and actually are pushing it against the hillsides, so it's basically pushing it away from the direction it wants to burn up the hills. Right now, though, the CAL FIRE, they've got some fixed wing out here. We've watched them drop some flame retardant on this one side of the fire and a couple helicopters out here dropping water. And of course, you've got to know there's a lot of hand crews down there on the ground working to get those containment numbers up. Live in Sky 9, I'm Stu Mandel. Back to you two in the studio. Dave is talking about the fire. It's actually the opposite of that, unless we're talking about a previous fire. This fire actually started down by Skyline and is working its way up into the hillside. So, I mean, at least that's the way it's been presented to me. If you guys are here and you saw it happen the other way, that's something entirely different. But the way it was explained to us was it started down over here off of Skyline and it worked its way up into the hills. So that's the way we understand it. But like I said, not trying to do confrontation. You know, I'm just saying what we heard. I mean, what I'm reading right here. Obviously, as soon as I got the page open and I started reading some comments, we lost internet. Michelle telling us to stay cool. Thank you, Michelle. We have Brennan's sitting in the other seat today. We actually have Captain Killian flying the helicopter today. Just looking at some of those hot spots out here, you got the vegetation burning on those hillsides. We've watched enough of these together. We know how that kind of works. It gets entrenched on those hillsides and just devours that vegetation as it runs up the hills. If you're in the Corona area, I'm sure there's a good chance that maybe kind of sort of you guys are smelling smoke. There's a lot of smoke being pushed down across the Corona area out towards, I think it was El Centro. No, maybe it's El Centro. What is it called? I was just reading it. No, El Cerrito. No, El Certo? El Certo? El Certo. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right. Imagine that. Deb, this is in the Corona area. We're actually in the Cleveland National Forest, or over the Cleveland National Forest. So we're going to be seeing like repeat and repeat and repeat of these fire lines just kind of running up these hillsides right now because the way the what is it called, photography? What was it called? Topography. The topography is down there. And basically what's going on is the flames are going to be running up these fingers on these canyons, taking out all the vegetation. Now, somebody might say, well, why are they fighting that fire? Well, this is how they do fight these fires. There's very little that they can do to stop those flames that we're seeing right there. And it also would be a lot of work to just kind of get those flames out, and then they would have spot fires later on. So how do they battle a fire like this? Well, they're going to basically let it burn itself out. So we're probably going to be here, my guess, till about 6:30, watching these flames run up these hillsides, up to these fire roads, up towards the top there. Probably that's where it's going to stop on its own. On the other side, though, you can see CAL FIRE's already dropping retardant lines, Phos-Chek lines right there. Fixed wings have been in here a couple times already, laying down that Phos-Chek line to keep those flames from, that's a lot more vegetation right there. So that's what's going on out here. It's in Corona. We're actually at Skyline Drive, and this is going to be in the Cleveland National Forest. Thank you, Kathy. Cerrito, El Cerrito. Cerrito. Can you show us what happened lower down on Skyline? Well, if you're looking at the picture, you can kind of see why we can't show you that. It's covered by smoke right now. The fire is burned up the hillside, as we understand it. So the homes probably got a lot of smoke down there in that neighborhood. But as far as the actual houses burning, right now there's no structures threat. That's for Arvin. Cerrito, El Cerrito. What? I'm sorry. No. Do you? Yeah. Well, it's covered up. I mean, we can go over there. Just keep moving. Yeah, just keep going over there. We'll go look. Here comes another drop. There you go, Arvin. Dave, I don't understand. You want us to go land down there and hang out with you? A lot of people would frown on that. I personally think it would be fun, but they would have a lot of people frowning on that. Hey, is Pole Fire? It's not this weekend. It's next weekend, right? The 28th. I guess I am. Nikki's on the fence. Huh? All right. Brennan can be my date? Nice. I know. Good. Neither do I. Corona is, somebody was asking where Corona is. Well, Corona is actually part of where the fire is. Corona's over here, guys. That's Corona. And this is where the fire is. Little tiny helicopter. Copy all. Same type of deal, just what's going on? Try to get big fire. Okay, copy all. Sorry, man. They want big fire. Out through the smoke. Copy all. I'm sure this will be covered by smoke in 10. Actually 15, 18 seconds. Oh! I was wrong about that. Well, he found one of the hot spots through the smoke. Let me get a little bit of wider shot, see what's really burning out here. This is going to be about 10, maybe 15 acres. Those numbers probably going to grow as the afternoon goes on, but this is happening out in the Cleveland National Forest, but it's right on the edge of Corona. Now, they named this the Skyline Fire for the name of the street that's down there at the bottom of the screen. You can take a look and see how much smoke just kind of working its way all over the Corona area right now. Now, this fire is burning away from home, so that is some really good news. It's being battled by Cal Fire, and of course Riverside Fire is out here as well. Right now, though, they've dropped a couple of Phos-Chek lines. You can see it right there, and then have a couple of helicopters out here as well dropping water. The fire itself, it continues to grow. Light winds, though, are actually helping the firefight this afternoon as it's actually pushing against the direction of the climb up the hillside. But every now and then we'll see one of these spectacular flare-ups, as we see right there. Fire department, they have no determination on when this fire is going to be out, but they're definitely out here battling it now. Live in Sky 9 over Corona. I'm Stu Mandel. Back to you two in the studio. That's not Lena, that's Suzanne. Suzanne Marquez. Where? What? Who? Where? Woo! MD-80? I think this is the MD-82, actually. That's me being, that's not true. Anybody listening, that's not true. So that's not an aerial tanker, that's an aereo tanker. So you guys might see this in the shot right there. The actual gear is coming down. Flaps are going down. It's, you know, he's not landing, but they need to slow that aircraft down, and that's one of the ways they do it. I had a fantastic pilot friend of mine. He used to call it throwing the boards out. Well, I think that was basically for the flaps, but the gear coming down also slows these aircrafts down, and that's one of the reasons why they're doing that right there. So he's got the gear out, he's got the flaps out. I'm not sure if he's going to do a drop right out the box. Sometimes they will just do like a flyover to see where it's going to be, but you just don't know. Little contrails coming off the edge of the wings there. That was kind of cool as well. Make sure I'm rolling on board. If I wasn't so into getting the drop, I would probably really like tripled it up and got to see if we could actually see the pilots in there. Well, is he dropping on this side? Okay. Yeah, that's what we thought. Usually they come in, they'll do like a pass, just kind of look at what's going on, and then they'll come back around. That's what's going on right there. Wingtip Vortex. I love it when you guys join in. Oh, thank you. Josh, I did not. He was asking about a movie with the, I believe that's where the firefighters lost their lives out there. I don't know. It would be difficult for me to watch. I'm being serious about that. Heck, I didn't like watching Perfect Storm. I mean, I did a lot of press on that. You can kind of see the pilot. I just don't want to get crazy with the shots right now. We need to get him doing his drop, and I got to make sure that it's set up pretty. Is he getting close, or does it just look like he's getting close? All right. There it goes. Little sound effects. So he did drop on the other side. Is it called aerial photographer? Ooh, look at that. Look at, he's going to drop right on it. That's my bad. I should have been. See, that's what I was talking about. If I would have been like super tight on the. It's okay. No. What, the plane? Oh, okay. You guys are talking about something else. Look at that. That flame retardant actually worked. It landed on that flame and just stopped it. Taunt like a tiger. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. What?